Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness, and this channel is dedicated to your spiritual wellness. So I am Elle, and I'd like to welcome all of my new subscribers. But for all of my subscribers who have been with me from the beginning of this journey, thank you for all of your support. I do sincerely appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to use tarot today and whatever my guides show me. I'm just going to say on the onset, I'm in very unsettled energy. This is the full moon in Aquarius energy, and I am feeling like pulsating energy, like almost like an ignition, some sort of like I should be doing something. And or there's this anxiety that something's going to shift and I need to get some stuff done to be ready for it. So I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm going to do a twin flame reading. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, if you're listening to this video, if you wouldn't mind, put in the comments, Elle, listen to your own readings, because I need to listen to my own readings, because when I'm doing a reading, I am not aware of what really I'm saying. It's almost like I'm channeling. So I don't even remember what the reading is about when I'm finished reading. So I post it. I jot down a title and I post it, and I don't remember any of the details. But when it happens, then I'm like, oh my gosh, that was in the reading. And I wish I had known. I wish I had listened to my own advice in that reading with Twin Flames last week, because exactly what I said would happen happened, and I didn't handle it too well. So I feel kind of bad about it. I've got some a little bit of lower vibration sad energy going on. So I'm going to do a Twin Flame reading in this full moon energy, because I'm feeling like there is definitely something going on in the twin flame energy. So let's get started. I'm going to do masculine reading, feminine reading, and then I'm going to do messages for the connection in the middle from the Lover's Oracle. So I'm going to be using the Sacred Traveler for the masculine oracle, and then I'm going to use the Secrets of the Tarot for the tarot deck. For the feminine energy, I'm going to use the Fairy Oracle and then the Muse Tarot. So if any of those decks resonate with you, it's always nice when you find a deck that just feels good to you. So if you read, or if you're interested in tarot, start with a deck that feels good. And I know everybody says start with the Rider Waite, but you know what? Start with a deck that feels good. First light, beginning a new cycle. Feel like with this full moon, there's a culmination of the old cycle, and now we have beginning a new cycle. And it's definitely a shift, and I know I have to modify a little bit of my behavior, because I was not cruel and I wasn't mean. I just was very neutral. And I feel like my twin needed a little bit more than that, needed some support and some positive energy, and I didn't give it. So I'm beating myself up about it. I'm just letting you know. I feel like I should have been a little more supportive. Let's see. Fogged in. Go slow. Take time. All right, so this is for the masculine energy. Remember, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. That's the polarity, but you can attribute this reading to just yourself, or you can use it for your twin. It can be a soulmate. It really is directed toward twin flame energy, but take it as it resonates, please. Okay, so there's a new cycle coming, and there may be some, I want to say illusion, delusion, lack of clarity. They may be rushing into something. The masculines may be rushing into something. It's almost like they've been liberated, and now they're going to jump into, the next cycle with both feet, and they're not really ready. Not really getting a timing card here. What I'm seeing is that all the seasons are represented in the oracle card, so it could definitely be at any time. So whenever you find this reading, this is going to apply, even though it is done in the full moon in Aquarius during Leo season. And this is it's a big moon. Just saying. I think because of all the other aspects, I'm not an astrologer, but I do like to listen to the astrology. As I prime my week, and I know that there are some pretty challenging aspects with Uranus and squares and conjunctions and things like that are making this energy a little bit more intense. So it feels like it's fogged in. Maybe they're coming out of a foggy cycle. Maybe they're coming out of a lack of clarity. But this card came out second. But it feels like the energy is they're beginning a new cycle and they just need to slow down. Slow down, take your time, learn a little bit in the process. I'm getting a real big page energy. This new cycle is going to be at a level that they have not really experienced before. And there's a certain naivete about this incoming cycle, and they're just raring to go to make some sort of change and maybe to put some distance between the recent past and where they are now. It just feels like there's lots to be learned, and so slow down and learn the lessons incrementally, and don't dive in because you're going to learn them the hard way. That's the lesson there. So for the Divine Masculine, it's pretty much take your time, slow down. Just saw 4 of Wands, Twin Flame card. Lots of celebrating. It's almost like maybe they're out partying. Maybe drinking. We'll see if the Devil comes up as overindulgent. Okay, I got the Ace of Swords. There is some frustration. 8 of Cups. Could be some money problems. They're ending something with this new cycle coming in. So there is something that they're ending. It could be changing jobs, ending a relationship, moving. Ending an old pattern behavior, really stepping up into more positive behavior. Maybe I'm really getting an energy of kind of self-love. Maybe they're shifting into this self-depreciation into a little bit more self-worthiness. And then we have this Death card here. Definitely an ending of some old cycle. And it feels like this old cycle included some money problems. It included a lot of frustration. Feel like they were kind of beating their head up against a wall to try and resurrect something that is no longer serving them. Then finally they have to give up. They had to say, I can't do this anymore. I need to move on. So we have that 8 of Cups there. And then if you, at this Death card, it says new beginnings at the bottom. And then we have beginning a new cycle. So that's confirmation that the masculine twin is entering a new cycle. Oh, good. Here we have the 6 of Wands. There's something victorious now. It's almost like when they start this new cycle, they're starting a new pattern of behavior. They're starting a new job or something where they're going to thrive. In this old cycle, it's really been a challenge for them to feel successful, for them to feel effective, for them to really feel like it was truly, they couldn't embrace it. It wasn't really supporting their new life. And so it has to go. But the caveat is don't jump in with both feet into this new cycle until you kind of feel your way through the emergence. Because it could create some trauma, some drama, because you're jumping into something that is a little bit more foreign and less clear than the cycle, the conclusions that they have from the old cycle. The old cycle is clear to them now. This isn't going to work for me. I'm not going back. I'm turning my back on that, and I'm going to move forward. And they're going to move on to something that feels it's a lot better fit for their new life. And that could be a new relationship. It could be a new job, a new home, a new state. They may be moving to a different country. And I know that may be triggering to you, but please understand this is a spiritual journey. So we have this Ace of Pentacles here, and that's the new. And it's almost like this is going to be their thrive cycle. So they just went through a cycle where they were really feeling diminished and undervalued and not, they were not feeling very worthy, or they didn't feel like they were growing. And so now they're entering this new cycle where they are just going to blossom. They're going to thrive. And this is going to make them feel so much better. And there's the Tower. Okay, so when it says go slow, take time, this Tower is like they're going to try and go into this new thing. Like, I'm just going to say it. It's like they're jumping into a new relationship. Like they're just jumping in. Like, I'm just going to go and I'm going to, I'm going from, single and dating a little bit to full-time, be with this person all the time, possibly moving in with somebody. And that's going to end up being a disaster because they're not slowing down and taking their time. This Tower is the warning. Slow down and take your time, or whatever that you start to invest your time, money, resources, emotions in is going to collapse because you didn't let it build, you didn't let it grow. You tried to make it fit too soon. There is a kind of it's almost like they want to have a new life magically. Like, I'm going to snap my fingers, I'm going to be leading this new life, and, I'm going to put it on my social media that, could be that they get remarried, like they go to Vegas and they meet somebody and they're 3 days in and they're married. That's just stupidity, but that's my opinion. So we have this Three of Wands, and it's almost like there's this anticipation. And the anticipation of, I want my life to look like it did before. I don't want to start over and go back to being, having less. I want to start where I left off, but with just a different set of circumstances. There's the King of Pentacles. It's a little bit of arrogance here, and it's covering up for that naivete. So we have a king here, but the page energy is very prominent to me. That's why go slow. Learn as you go. Don't learn the hard way. Ten of Pentacles. That is, take your time. Invest time. Don't jump in. Make myself presentable here. I feel like they want the fast cash. They want to reestablish what they've just lost, but they want to do it fast, and they think by jumping in with both feet into a new relationship, a new job, then everything's going to start, on the uptick, and they're going to recover quickly. This is recovery from a devastating loss, and many of the divine masculines have gone through that devastating loss. It was a total restructuring, dark night of the soul, and their old life has kind of been swept away. And now they're like, instead of like, I've got to start at the beginning again, they want to start where they left off, just with a new job, a new person, a new house. Like, I want all that I just lost back immediately. So they're jumping in with both feet, trying to reestablish, because they feel like what they lost, even though it wasn't what was in their highest and greatest good, they still use that as a measure of their worth. So their self-worthiness, when they lost all of that, they lost a lot of their self-worth. And so now what they want is to recapture that self-worth by recapturing the same components of the life that just collapsed around them. Okay, does that make sense? If it does, please comment below. Yes, Elle, you're making sense. Let's pull a couple more cards, and then I will go to the feminine. And let's see what's going on with the feminine energy. I'm getting a lot of variation in the energy of the feminine right now. Usually the feminine is very stable energy for me. It's very consistent. Right now it's very variable, and that's maybe what I'm feeling with this full moon in Aquarius. It's just I'm getting the word shake up and break up. Ooh, we got 3 cards. I'll do bottom of the deck later and see what energies are coming in that haven't manifested. Yes, ooh, we have the moon telling you full moon going on. And we have the sun, divine masculine, divine feminine energies, and the nine of wands. The 9 of Wands in this energy feels like they don't want to go through that process again of building everything they just lost. It's almost like I should just be able to recapture it and reframe it in a different way. I don't want to go back to the beginning. And they're not quite sure how to make that happen. So they're almost like going to just spitball it. They're just going to start making these very life-altering decisions. And like they're going to take the first job that comes along. And I'm not getting the energy that that's going to work out the way they felt it would. And then this is why it's supposed to, take your time, go slowly through this process, because I feel like they're just eager, so eager. Maybe that's it. Something, getting ready for something, so eager to jump back in to recuperate and rebuild quickly, so they don't feel that so diminished and that self-worth, low self-worth. And so we have this moon energy. Feel like they're kind of going up and down. That's why we have the sun and the moon. They're kind of going on this emotional roller coaster. It's like, yeah, I've got all this freedom now, but gosh, look at what I lost. And so it feels like they're up and down, up and down. There's been some delays in, moving on. There's been some frustration in the old cycle. I think there's some self-deception here. That's why the moon. And the sun. Yeah, the sun in this one is, there's some bright prospects. And like I said earlier, because this one specifically says marriage, they may jump into another marriage very quickly. It might be because they feel, at their particular stage in life, that they need to have that partner for longevity. You get what I'm saying? All right, let's go on to the feminine, because that stuff's getting, there's an exuberance about it, but it's also, it's almost like, don't do it. Come on. Don't do it. Don't put yourself through that. I'm getting that energy. Like, I just want to say, no, this is not a good decision. Let's sit down, talk through it, and, let's make some good life decisions without the impulsivity. I feel a lot of impulsivity, although I don't have the Knight of Wands here. I just feel like it's driven by trying to reclaim, recapture, re-establish a lot of what they just lost. Healing. I am very aware that with my twin adventure this last weekend, I need to do some more healing. That's how it all shows up. And moderation. Okay. So kind of the same kind of energy for the feminine. This moderation and, don't rush into anything. Don't jump into anything. If your twin comes back and says, look, you're the love of my life, I can't get through this connection, marry me. No. Don't be so spontaneous that you have to provide a correction later. There's still some healing to be done for the feminine, even though the feminine, and that's why the energy is not as stable as it has been, not as consistent, because there's this full moon is going to bring up something that needs to be healed, and it sure has for me. If all of this is directed at you, think before you act. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about it, because I'm getting the sense that there could be kind of like that desperate reconnect, maybe a booty call, and it's all of a sudden, you're in with both feet, and you're like something that you'd always wanted, but it can't be done this way. It's not gonna work. So if that happens, here we have the Fool in reverse. Don't take that leap of faith without thinking. Now the Fool is fresh energy. It's a new cycle coming in. It's the first card of the Minor Arcana, and it's all about, taking the first steps in the new cycle toward your growth and ascension. But in this case, if there is something that comes jumping out of the blue and it involves your twin flame, it's not wise to jump into a commitment on the fly. So slow down and take your time too. It's that energy is going to cross over and bleed on into the divine feminine energy. Slow down, take your time. I'm telling you, I'm feeling the Knight of Wands energy on the masculine side. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups. That's what I feel like, and I know this is what I'm really in the full moon funk here. It is a full moon funk, and even my husband is like, you're kind of in a funk. What do you need to do to get out of it? And here's the Four of Swords. Take some time, connect within. Yeah. So my twin adventure, we were out to dinner, and my twin just came to our table and sat down. It was a bit shocking. Eight of Swords. It was a bit shocking. That's why I said I didn't handle it too well. Knight of Wands. There it is. Told you I was feeling that energy. Don't be impulsive. Look at these two cards. Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Look at how that light is just kind of coming out of the of the eyes. I mean, it almost looks kind of sinister, but it's not. This is really connecting. This is taking some time, like take a soak in a tub. That I just did that in order to just kind of calm my nervous system. And I think during this full moon, you might need to do that because I feel like the nervous system is just on overwhelm. But then there's this, the Eight of Swords to me is always about feeling kind of, and I hate to use the word trapped, but stagnant. And that's why this Knight of Wands comes in, because now we got these fireworks and it's like, man, I'm in this stagnant energy. I'm in my funk. How am I going to get out of it? Well, you know, if your twin shows up at the door with a ring, think it through. Just saying. These two cards came out. And Temperance. Patience. Patience. Look at that pensive look on her face. That's not a look of patience. That's a look of, oh my. Whatever is the oh my for the divine feminine, don't act on it impulsively. Think it through. Now, I'm going to go back again. Please put in the comments, Elle, listen to your own readings, because I'm just saying, everything that I am pulling on these readings is coming, it's manifesting in the 3D. I'm just saying. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. This is, and this card in particular, you see how she's thinking about the rose and then it's manifesting? This is really be careful what you're manifesting. Make sure that if you are sending that energy into the universe, you are certain it is what you want. Because this is kind of like a, oh my, not quite sure. So that's my best advice for you. Just saying. I don't want to see you, get yourself into a situation that's going to create chaos in your life. This is a time for us not to make impulsive, instantaneous, spontaneous decisions. It is really time for us to slow down and think it through. Queen of Inspiration. Don't let the passion overrule your good judgment, because you are putting off some pretty sexual vibes, and that is going to attract. This is a stoic sexuality. If those two words even go together, it is a stoic sexuality. And that is your vibe. It's almost like, somebody sprayed you with the pheromones and you're like attracting everything. And you got to be careful. Take your time, think it through. Don't know if you noticed, but that is a sun behind there, behind her head. That is a masculine energy. And she has I am in that stoic, I'm not going to react. I'm going to respond. I'm going to give myself a pause and I'm going to think about it so I don't end up fill in the blank. Okay. I always try to give you the best advice. Remember this is all about your spiritual wellness. So chaos and confusion, we are trying to make decisions that avoid that. Two of Voices. Look at the image on this card. There's one person and she's fighting with herself. She's definitely fighting with herself. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Stop and think it through. This is not this. This is where you argue with yourself for a long time. And if you need to debate with yourself for a long time and have that deliberation, that internal dialogue, please do. Don't jump into something. Ace of Emotions. So I feel like for the feminine, this new cycle is about really managing your emotions. Just manage your emotions. Yeah. Let's pull 3 cards for the feminine, and then I'm going to pull some cards from the Lovers, and then I'll do bottom of the deck to see what's coming in for the energy so you get your heads up. 10 of Inspiration. That's the 10 of Wands. Divine Masculine got 10 of Pentacles. Divine Feminine got 10 of Wands. But she is, if you see this, look at all those water vessels. They're all little vessels to hold water. So there's like, I don't know what you call them. Some sort of pottery. And she has all of them down here. And she's carrying them on the back of some oxen. And then she's carrying her own. And even though this is Wands, even though it could have been 10 of Cups, there's something about managing the emotions. Because she's got all of these emotions from the past that she's still carrying with her. You only need what you got right now. Oh my God. Sorry. Page of Emotions. A lot of emotions coming in for the Divine Feminine with this full moon. They may be very overwhelming, and they may be the catalyst that then preclude the decision that could be very impulsive and disastrous. So, and Page of Inspiration. Got these 2 pages here, and it feels like when we're talking about mastering the emotions, I get 2 pages. So we need to do some work there. Okay? Let's pull from the Lovers, and then we'll get bottom of the deck. Messages for the connection. Could be messages for the feminine, the masculine, or for both. Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you. It says enjoy it, but you know what the cautions are now. The bird is seconding the cautions. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. That's all of this. All of those little vessels of water, emotions. Emotions are a necessary part of life. However, how you manage them, with these 2 pages here, there's work to be done, ladies, girls, feminines. There's work to be done. And this almost looks like 4 of Cups energy to me. Look at how she's just kind of melancholy. I don't know what to do. Get a grip. You are an empress. Empress. Empresses don't do booty calls. Oh, shit. Should I just stop now? Sexual union. I'm not even going to read it. Holy cow, look at this. 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 Now you see why this full moon's bringing this warning. Just look. I love tarot. All right, I'm going to take this top card because I saw it. Healing again. There's still some healing that needs to be done. Okay? All right, let's do bottom of the deck for the masculine oracle. Stay focused. Hold the course. The course being the rebuilding and transformation of the new life, the new them, the new cycle. Stay focused. This is going to be a big distraction. And the feminine's got all this emotional stuff going on. And so she's more vulnerable and susceptible to, you know, the this. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Especially if this is a third party situation. Like he's jumped into a new relationship and now he's like, it ain't the same. I'm going to go back to Divine Feminine, but I'm not going to tell this one about it. Let's see. This is for the masculine energy. Things are going to get better, but they're delayed right now, and the reason is because they're focused here. All right, feminines. Let's see what's coming in for you. Believe in magic. Now, I just did a reading where this card came up. The feminines have a magical essence about them right now, especially with this full moon energy. So, you know, tap into that. I mean, look at that. There's a little seductive quality. There's a magical seductive quality about the Divine Feminine right now. The Hermit. Okay. I'm going to stay silent on that one. All right. Let's take the Lovers, bottom of the deck. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you, so follow it with faith. All right, my friends, that is the twin flame reading for this full moon in Aquarius. I hope it goes better for you and you're not in a full moon funk. Let me know in the comments if you are, because I'm feeling it. All right. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video. Subscribe to my channel. I love all my new subscribers. Thank you. I hope you are enjoying your time here. And let me know in the comments. If you need a personal reading, you can reach me at sacreduniontarot@yahoo.com. And I'll schedule it for you. I got a little time this week, so if you're in the full moon funk and you need some more personalized information, hit me up. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.